After centering your hunk of clay, your first step is to open up. Your left hand cupped around your hunk of clay, you're going to use your thumb of your right hand and your middle and index finger of your left to slowly push into the middle. You're going to go down until there's about a half an inch of clay left at the bottom. Make sure you have enough water on your hands. The next step in the process is to pull back the floor. Cupping with your left hand, you're going to use your fingertips of your middle finger and index finger of your right and slowly pull back. Right now you have a rounded bottom, and what you're going to be doing is flattening out the bottom with your fingertips. Make sure that your left hand doesn't drift out and it's just your fingertips that are pulling back. The next step in the process is called tunneling. Using your index finger and thumb of your left hand, you're going to create the walls of a tunnel. And with your right hand, with a sponge in it, you're going to create the roof. You're going to slowly and powerfully compress just as you would when you were centering normally. This compresses the clay and gives you another shot to recenter your clay before pulling up the walls. The first step in pulling up the walls is to make a ridge at the bottom of the pot on both the inside and the outside. And then you slowly move your hands up the pot. The distance in which your fingers and thumbs are from at the bottom of the pot is the same distance you want them to be when they drift off the pot. Avoid pinching the clay.
And I always use my sponge.
And use both hands on the outside of the pot so to support each other. Just like throughout the process, the more your hands are together, the more sturdy they will be. As you approach the end of the pull in the top of the pot, you want to make sure that you slowly take the pressure off. And always throughout the process, make sure that you release your hands slowly. Adding water whenever your pot seems too dry. With each pull, the walls will get thinner and taller. They will also get more delicate, so make sure you are gentle with the pressure and move slowly. As you come to the top of the pot, you want your hands to just drift off the surface of the pot. Don't squeeze to the end of the wall. At the end, you want your wall thickness to be pretty even from bottom to top. When you have the height and thickness of wall you want, you're going to take your sponge and clean up any rough edges, as well as take the water out of the middle of the pot. If you leave too much water in the bottom of the pot, it will end up cracking. Finally, you're going to take your wooden knife, slide it under your cylinder, lifting up the bottom rim. Sponge it off. Then take your sponge, soak the wheel head with water. Grab your wire tool, pull it tight, and slide it underneath your cylinder, making sure the water gets underneath the pot. The water will help slide it off the wheel easily. Use as little of your hand as possible. One of the things you want to avoid doing is pulling up the wall too quickly, which results in this uneven wall thickness and a spiral pattern, which you want, if you want, you should put on at the very end.
My hands naturally want to come out.
When you're trying
Centrifugal force naturally wants my
to pull up the wall. The next thing to avoid would be pulling out and not up. Centrifugal force wants to have your hands drift out of the circle, and you have to resist that, or otherwise it'll end up collapsing on you. So remember, pull up, not out. Good luck with your first cylinders.